The crowd is highly anticipating the appearance of Republican Vice President candidate J.D. Vance as he makes his way to the rally in Selma, North Carolina. The Little League Softball World Series is in Greenville this week. You can see this sign on the door at Poe Hall saying that the building will be closed due to contamination concerns. 24 hours ago, this was PNC Arena, now Lenovo Center. It's a $300 million project to enhance the experience of fans as well as bring economic growth to the city of Raleigh. This 1920s bungalow is up for auction, and here's what you need to know before the open house. It's got 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, and a bonus room. It's up for grabs and looking for someone to show it some love. Community continues to come together to commemorate the 15-year-old boy that was stabbed at a Raleigh high school. You can see the flowers that have been placed outside of his home in his honor. As the countdown for the new year approaches, business owners in Uptown Greenville will also be preparing. People that I spoke to today said that this is a great way to get their kids ready and looking forward to going back into the classroom. I'm standing outside of Treetop's apartment complex, and as you can see behind me, the maintenance crew is clearing the debris after a large tree collapsed onto the building.
So I went to the doctor, and I weigh 10 pounds, 12 ounces now.
Wow, big girl! Lonnie Clark is a first-time mother. She was also just diagnosed with Graves' disease. It's an autoimmune disorder that affects the thyroid. She says she's been in pain for a decade, but the diagnosis came while she was pregnant with her daughter, Scarlett.
I finally had the opportunity to get it fixed or get it taken out.
Clark says she felt alone, lacking a strong support system. She reached out to Safe Families for Children to get the help that she knew she needed.
Did I do it right? Are you sure?
Okay.
Did I do it right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, that won't fit. I'm a single mom. I'm doing it all by myself. And thank God that I found this program, because I don't think that I would even have got the surgery done.
This organization helps those dealing with homelessness, unemployment, domestic violence, medical emergencies, and alcohol or drug rehabilitation.
The kids like to scooter and bike, so I would just pop her in the stroller. We would go to all their school pickups in the stroller.
Maddie Johnson is a mom of 2 and volunteer host family member. She took Scarlett in while Clark got her surgery.
Are you such a happy girl?
Clark tells us she knew she made the right decision for both herself and her daughter.
When I first seen Maddie, it was just love at first sight. I knew that she would be the one to really take care of her and to just be there. And I just felt that instant connection.
The volunteer describes feeling a mix of nerves and excitement starting this journey, with Scarlett being her first placement.
We've never done anything like this, and as soon as I walked in the room and I saw you and I saw Scarlett, I was like, oh my gosh, okay, we've got this.
I appreciate everything y'all did for me, and her, and Safe Families. I mean, really, I said I wasn't going to cry during all this, but I really wouldn't know what to do if I didn't have y'all. So thank you.
Yeah, we're here for you for sure.
Safe Families for Children is not only helping families as they get through difficult times, its goal is to transform futures.
You know, the phrase of like, it takes a village to raise a child, that is so true, and you have to be able to expand your village to those who might not have a village around them. So I think that was our motto a lot going into it.
Getting around NC State's campus can be an obstacle for second-year engineering student Jack Bolton.
A lot of the entrances do have push buttons, so those work well most of the time.
He was born with a genetic disease called spinal muscular atrophy. He's used a wheelchair his entire life.
I've always kind of had a problem-solving mindset, and I think that really kind of comes from my disability. There's like a lot of challenges navigating accessibility. You mind grabbing this? Thanks. Thank you, appreciate it.
Bolton is in a product development class. He and a group of classmates had to pick a product on the market that needs improvement. Bolton suggested designing an improved grabber, a tool used to pick up items out of reach.
Hopefully we're going to design something that allows different objects to be picked up of different weights and different shapes. A lot of them just aren't great because it takes either a lot of strength to hold and keep down the trigger, or it doesn't have a lot of grip at the claw.
U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says in North Carolina, 1 in 3 adults are living with some kind of disability. To better understand their needs, the team gathered feedback from the community.
Getting that voice of customer to find out what the needs were. And so once we found that, we created a chart that basically shows all of the needs and how we can measure if we're filling those needs.
Bolton says that in his experience, heavy and bulky items are the hardest to pick up with the current grabber that's on the market.
The handle, the trigger, the claw itself, and we're going to try to put them together into different ideas of concepts. And then after that, we're going to decide which one is best.
While the product is currently in the early stages of development, these students are hoping that it turns into a device that will make a difference.
We are really hoping that we can execute and create something that's beneficial to, people with mobility issues. And so, yeah, I would love to see this become something bigger.
Like over there, it's written out.
On this field, something as simple as throwing a baseball means everything to these athletes.
One day, a little boy in a wheelchair reached up and grabbed me by the shirt and said, "I want you to be my coach." And I said, "No, I bring the kids here to be buddies." And he goes, "I want you to be my coach." And I tried it once, and that was 14 years ago, and I've been here ever since.
Volunteer coach Chuck Padvork says he's been a volunteer with the Miracle League for the past 2 years. It started when he would bring kids from his church's youth ministry to Buddy. And after that life-altering experience, he never went back.
My favorite part is watching the players develop their skills, watching them have fun on the field, and watching the people who come on as buddies, who enjoy themselves, and eventually they come back and they start coaching after that too. So you can see the impact you're making on a lot of different lives.
Miracle League's mission is to create positive life experiences for people living with special needs and their families through the game of baseball.
Hey, good job, good job. Okay, now can you bounce it once to Emerson? Bounce it once so she catches it?
Oh my God.
There you go.
There's 42 teams serving more than 600 players with special needs. These athletes range from 5 years old all the way up to 95.
Every player is a unique person, and so you have to be where they are at that point in time, and so you have to adjust yourself that way. And that's where you have assistant coaches who are able to do that too. If one day a player is not having a good day, an assistant coach can work with them and suddenly they're having a good day.
Let's hear it for Doriti as she crosses the plate. Another run scored.
Right now, the nonprofit Activate Good is helping the Miracle League. It's spreading the word through its website and finding volunteers in its database to go and help where they are needed.
We need people to spread the word, let our community know that we're here, we're ready for them, and we want them to come play.
Miracle League is a statewide organization, and it is in need of volunteers everywhere, from the Triangle all the way to the coast.
We really look for you to be a volunteer buddy that's working one-on-one with our players, helping them play baseball to the best of their ability. And I cannot stress this enough, you do not need to know anything about baseball to volunteer with us.
Padvork hopes to leave a lasting message with those who might be interested in helping.
Just come out and try buddying or try coaching once, because once you do, you'll be hooked on it, you'll want to come back, and you'll never go away from it. It just grabs on you.